Have you ever wondered how a player can go from being one of the brightest stars in the NBA to almost completely disappearing from the spotlight? One season they're dominating headlines, breaking records, and looking like the future of the league. The next, they're barely mentioned, leaving fans asking the same question. What really happened? Today, we're uncovering the shocking story behind an NBA superstar whose career seemed unstoppable until everything suddenly changed. Welcome back to HoopNexis, the channel where we dive deep into basketball's greatest stories, biggest mysteries, and unforgettable moments. If you're passionate about the NBA and love discovering the truth behind the headlines, make sure you're subscribed because today's story is one that every basketball fan should know. Every generation has players who seem destined for greatness. They possess incredible talent, unmatched athleticism, and the confidence to dominate every opponent standing in their way. Fans believe they'll become Hall of Famers, franchises build their future around them, and analysts predict years of success. But basketball history has shown us that talent alone doesn't guarantee a legendary career. Some stars fade because of devastating injuries. Others struggle with pressure, personal challenges, or simply find themselves in situations where everything begins falling apart. Sometimes the decline happens slowly. Other times it happens so quickly that fans can hardly believe what they're watching. This player was once considered one of the most exciting athletes in professional basketball. Every night he delivered highlight reel dunks, impossible blocks, and performances that made him look unstoppable. Opposing defenses feared him, teammates relied on him, and fans filled arenas just to witness his incredible abilities. At his peak, it seemed like nothing could stop him. His numbers continued improving every season. He earned all-star selections, received praise from NBA legends, and was viewed as one of the faces of the league's future. Social media exploded after nearly every game because he constantly produced unforgettable moments. But behind the scenes, warning signs were already beginning to appear. Success creates enormous expectations. Once a player reaches superstar status, every game is analyzed under a microscope. Every mistake becomes headline news. Every injury sparks concern. Every disappointing performance leads to criticism. Living under that kind of pressure isn't easy, even for the most gifted athletes. As the seasons continued, injuries started becoming a recurring problem. At first, they seemed minor. Fans believed he would recover quickly and return stronger than ever. That's what elite athletes usually do. Unfortunately, reality turned out very differently. Missing a few games became missing several weeks. Weeks became months. Rehabilitation became a never-ending cycle. Each comeback was followed by another setback. Confidence slowly disappeared alongside physical strength. Basketball is a game built on rhythm and consistency. When injuries constantly interrupt development, players lose timing, explosiveness, and sometimes even belief in themselves. What once came naturally suddenly requires tremendous effort. The media began questioning whether he could ever return to his previous level. Fans debated endlessly online. Some remained loyal, believing another comeback was just around the corner. Others started accepting that the superstar they once admired might never return. Unfortunately, injuries weren't the only obstacle. As pressure mounted, expectations became overwhelming. Every return game was treated like a championship performance. If he scored 30 points, people celebrated. If he struggled, critics immediately claimed his career was finished. That emotional roller coaster affected both his confidence and public perception. Then came organizational changes. Coaches were replaced. Front offices made different decisions. New teammates arrived while familiar faces left. Systems changed, roles changed, and suddenly the environment that once helped him thrive no longer existed. Even the greatest players need stability. Basketball is a team sport, and chemistry often determines success. When everything around a player changes, adapting isn't always simple. Meanwhile, younger stars entered the league. Fresh talent captured headlines. New MVP candidates emerged. Fans naturally shifted their attention toward rising superstars